What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Excuse me. My allergies are draining, honey. Anyway, if y'all been looking at me, if y'all been watching my videos from the beginning, you know last year I had laryngitis and that's what happened. I'm praying that that's not what's going on again. But anyway, this is going to be RuPaul's Drag Race Season 11 episode. I don't remember, but I will put the correct episode in the description. Episode 6. I had to put my thing on. Okay. So, we start off the episode wherever the last episode ends off with the elimination. And so last week, um, um, the person that was eliminated last week, I can see her face, but her name is killing me. Okay. Because it's not a Kyria, but it starts with, I believe it started with an A. Anyway, she gone. Sugar was there. And the conversation that we were having, it's always got to be this little conversation. Basically, it was about stepping up your drag. And Evie, I said this last week, I'm going to say it again this week, and we'll get to a little bit in Untucked. But I'm going to say it again this week. Evie really feels like it's her job to give unsolicited advice, information, suggestions, whatever. Nobody asked you. And I mean, sometimes the conversation it's appropriate, but your tone and the way you say things isn't appropriate. You know what I mean? You could do too much sometimes. These not your friends. These not people you know. So you don't know how they're going to necessarily take criticism coming from you. And so, they got to Vanjie basically changing up her drag. And Akira said, well, yes, she's getting criticized from the judges for having the same silhouette, but if that's what you bought and you don't sew, it's only but so much you can do. And Evie was like, well, there's fabric on the wall, there's scissors, there's this, there's that, but again, if you don't sew. Now, I'm gonna say this about Miss Vanjie. I'm sort of getting tired of her looks too. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I like Vanjie, but her looks are starting to bore me as well. And as far as the no sewing thing, I remember in the early days of RuPaul's Drag Race where you had to sew. There was sewing challenges, and there were great queens who got tripped up because they couldn't sew, which it might be why they took some of that out. But anyway, but now they tell you what to bring, and people who have the money and have the means bring these elaborate costumes, and if something goes different or something goes left, they don't know how to adjust because this is what they bought and they don't sew. So anyway, that's kind of how that went down. And then Evie and Silky sort of got into it. Silky was just like, don't come for me. And Evie was like, well, don't come for me, girl. And it just, Alright, so the mini challenge. This week we're doing the Drag Olympics. And the mini challenge was they had, I wrote the names down this week, y'all. Love Connie, Lonely Connie, Lonnie Connie. Who, her chick is, she does this whole Jane Fonda throwback 80s thing with the spandex and the bodysuits, and so they had to do this whole like workout thing, and the women with the ladies with the best moves were going to win. And it was cute. It was cute. They kind of did like a little fake workout, and then each one of them sort of did their own little dance routine or their own little piece or whatever. Excuse me. Even this looked like they told the girls to bring an 80s workout outfit, because all of the ladies had on outfits that you would see in a Richard Simmons sweating to the oldies or a Jane Fonda. Ain't nobody have on no yoga pants like they would go to the gym today. Ain't nobody have on nothing that looked like that's modern. So even with that, I was like, okay, I feel like they giving them too much information, because they're coming too polished. Anyway, maybe it's me. Correct me if I'm wrong. Give me what you think. But it was cute. The mini challenge was really cute. So they had two winners, and Akira was the winner and Plastique was the winner, which I thought was pretty accurate. They're doing the Drag Olympics, and they have 3 categories. They're going to do fans, they're going to do voguing, and then it's going to do what they call it, slam, which is basically like death drops and things like that. It's going to be choreographed, and so they got to pick teams. Kyria and Plastique get to pick teams. Now, Akira got to go first. Let me tell y'all something about Akira. And this is what I love and respect about Miss Akira. Akira said, what I'm going to go for, I'm going to build me a team. It was like doing that draft, doing an NBA draft or something. I'm going to build me a team that can win. I got my friends, and I'm cool with these people, but I'm going to build a team that can win. First person she picked was Brooklyn. Why? Because Brooklyn can dance. Period. I'm just go through. So she picked Brooklyn. Well, it was Akira, Brooklyn, Silky, Evie, Sugar, and they were called like Afghanistan, Afghanistan, I guess. And then we got Plastique's team was Raja, Vanjie, why I can't read my own handwriting, Scarlett, and Nina. Is that supposed to be Nina? Why I can't? Lord, I was writing these notes last night. I can't read my own handwriting, but it was Nina, I believe, and they were from the Glamazon. Now, let me say this. Poor Scarlett was the last one to be picked again because it's a dance challenge and Scarlett can't dance. And at this point, everybody knows that Scarlett can't dance. It wasn't personal. It's a dance challenge. You can't dance. If it was a sewing challenge, you might have been one of the first people to be picked up. Who knows? So then we get to, we got to have a little bit of team time. And one of the first things that Akira said was, she said, look, first of all, I want to make sure that Silky and Evie are cool. Y'all kind of got into it a little bit this morning. Brooklyn said that. I just want to make sure there ain't going to be no drama. And Silky was like, this is work. This is a job. I'm good. And Evie said the same thing. And so they went on to talk about what can you do? What can you bring to the table? How can you do this? So Silky can do her batons. Evie can contort. She's very flexible. Akira's like, I know I'm not the best dancer, but, I can get in where I fit in kind of thing. And so they sort of were kind of working it out, right? Then you get over to Raja. Really it was Plastique's team. And they already worried. They already sort of psyching themselves out because they looking around and they like, we know we don't really have the best dancing team assembled. So we're going to have to really just work it out with the choreography and get it together. So they go to the choreography. The choreography was Travis Wall. The choreographer was Travis Wall. And the Akira's team went first. And they did pretty good. And Silky, I'm going to respect Silky because there were some moves that Silky was having a hard time with, like the whole slam thing, doing death drops and getting down. And Brooklyn even said, it was funny because, let me go back to Brooklyn for a second. She was like, yes, I can do ballet, but death drops scare me. And so they were kind of showing her how to do a death drop and things like that. So they were working together. The team was working. And they go to the choreography and they're working it out. They're doing really well with the choreography. The choreographer is really impressed with them. And like I said, there was a part where Silky, they had to get down on the ground and then kind of get back up. And Silky really couldn't get it too well. And the choreographer was like, well, you know what? We can arrange it so that, you stay down and everybody comes to you. And Silky was like, I'm going to get it. No. And no. We don't need to change the choreography for me. I'm going to get it. Now, eventually they did have to kind of do it because she couldn't get it. But I respect the fact that she said, I'm going to try. Like, I don't want y'all adjusting to me. I'm going to try. And we've seen people use a lot of things for excuses. And I can appreciate that she didn't use it as an excuse. I don't appreciate she had that shirt with that hole in it, though. What? I'm going to say something that's going to probably piss some people off. Why the big girls got to look so sloppy sometimes? I love me some Latrice Royale, but she used to do it too. And I'm a big girl, and I just would like to think that I can at least just... I don't know. I'm going to stop. I'm done. I'm a big girl, so, that I'm talking about myself. Shit. Whatever. So, they started off with the fans, and the girls seemed to pick it up really quickly. And then they did... They have a freestyle section where they can kind of do their own thing. And anyway, they were putting it together. They look pretty good. They love Silky's personality because, of course, Silky's personality gets her over when other things are sort of deficient. And she wasn't really getting on the girls' nerves too much. I think either they're getting used to her or they're kind of getting away from that narrative. But the girls seem to really get along with her and really appreciate her personality, right? So then the other team comes through. It's a total disaster. And even Miss Raja, who seems to be doing better on this dance challenge than she did on that first dance challenge when she said she did tap, modern, ballet, point, rock and roll, hip hop. I don't know. You name it, she did it, but couldn't get that 8 count down. She's doing better, but Scarlett is giving her a hard time because Scarlett keeps floating into her space and it's throwing her off, so she says. Honey. Yeah, they need help. They need help. Now, the last time Scarlett was able to get it together and work it out by the time they had to get up there and perform, but I don't know about this one. So, and even the choreographers were like, this is gonna be rough. Because it was, the other choreographer was an Olympic ice skating champ. Evie was having some problems because, we know she has this condition, and she said that she was doing a little too much, that she was overdoing it a little bit, and she could definitely feel it in her body, but she said she's just going to rest until it's time for, going to rest until it's time for the competition, and she'll be okay. So, this episode, we see a little more of Evie's vulnerability, and even the choreographer pulled her aside and said, look, what's going on? Are you good? Are you okay? Because, at the end of the day, that's what's most important. So, I don't want you overdoing it. I don't want you to hurt yourself. You let me know what you need to do. But she said no, she was going to get it. So there's that. All right, the performance. Let me tell y'all something. I'm sorry. Before we get to the performance, the workroom. Vanjie is starting to get in her head. She's feeling like she's letting Rue down. She's feeling like she's not really bringing it, that she keeps being safe, that she's not standing out, and she's just putting a lot of pressure on herself to really do it for this particular challenge because she's getting in her head a little bit. And, her girls rally around her and let her know, look, you good. You're doing what you're supposed to do. You're going to make it work, and it's going to be okay. Get out your head. Do not, don't get in your head right now. It's time for you to put your game face on, bitch. Don't you do it. We learned a little bit more about Brooklyn's story, dancing, ballet, and stuff. And then we get a little bit more of Evie's story. And again, like I said, we get to see a little more of her vulnerability. And Evie is really in pain. She really should probably, take some time. But she said if she could just push through the challenge, then she'll have some time to rest and she should be okay. She said that people with her disease, she met somebody who's just 10 years older than her, already in a wheelchair. So she was like, I just got to live life and enjoy each day. And if I got to push myself, I got to push myself. But, this is what I need to do. So that's the workroom. Mother Rue looked gorgeous. She had this gold ensemble, honey. And for me, it was everything. I don't know what anybody else feel or how anybody else feel, but that dress was everything for me. Okay? Okay. Now, the performance. That daggone Turkmenistan, that's a curious team. They did that thing. They did that. Okay? That whole performance kept me... I was glued the whole performance. I was glued to them the whole performance. And there were some mistakes made. I mean, it wasn't a perfect... Evie actually fell and hurt her ankle during the performance. So nobody was perfect. But honey, they were so good. And their freestyle with, Silky doing her baton, and Akira did her little freestyle and was doing the booty shake and twerking and everything. And it was really good. They were really good. And then the Glamazons went. They went. It wasn't good. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't good. And definitely not against the first team. They did that. They just did such a really good job that it was so obvious that they were out. They were just outperformed. So, the runway. The runway was all that glitter. So, I was thinking all of the dresses would be glittery. But it must have been that second part that all that glitters is gold, because everybody was in gold. So it really must have been a gold runway, and Rue just said all that glitters, because I thought she said all that glitters, and that's what I kept waiting for, were these full-on glitter dresses coming down the runway. But anyway, we got gold. So let's just go down the list, okay? Akuria is first. Akuria was first last week. I don't know if they're going... Oh, yeah, I guess they're going to alphabetical... No, they're not going to alphabetical order anyway. Akuria was first. I liked her dress. It was very gold. I said very gold. It was glittery and gold. I said cute. You know, I know I just go by my notes because I can't be remembering where everybody had on. It's still a lot of people. But I do remember her dress and I liked it. It was better than last week's look. It still wasn't as good as her first two looks, for me at least, but it was good. Brooklyn gave us a little old Hollywood. It was that gold lame and with a head wrap, like the old school head wrap with the long cigarette holder and everything. Okay, I thought it was cute. Silky came out in this gold jumpsuit with a big old cross across the front like she was going to Sunday school. I wasn't crazy about it, but okay. I wasn't crazy about it. Evie, she because she hurt her ankle and she kind of has to do a cane thing right now. She has this whole old lady on a cane thing working, and her story is that, you know, she's like an old Chinese madam, you know, and you know, raunchy, and she's got the gold teeth and all of that. So, you know, Evie always gives us a story, so it was cute. Plastique, let me tell y'all something. If I don't see no more wings this season, I'm okay with it. This is the third time, maybe even fourth time, we have seen wings on this runway this season. I'm over the wings. I'm over the bodysuits. Okay, Plastique. Raja, she had a gold cat suit. I liked it. I did like her. I liked Raja's look this week. Okay. Oh, I skipped Sugar. Sugar had a gold jumpsuit, and it was out of that material that if you push it one way, it does something. If you push it another way, it does something. Like the whole cat suit was like that. I liked it. It was cute. I liked it. Vanjie, Playboy Bunny. Didn't like it. And not because it wasn't cute or whatever. It was just the same. Like, again, I like you, Vanjie, but you're not giving me anything different, boo. And Vanjie was upset in the workroom about it, but you're going to have to come up with something. You're going to have to figure something out. Nina came up with something different. She came out like a Viking, right? She gave us this whole Viking, you know, look or what have you. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. Okay. It wasn't glamour, but it was gold. Yeah, all right. Scarlett gave us a gold dress. And again, nothing spectacular about it. I just wrote gold dress. So that tells me it was nothing really spectacular about it. It was a gold dress, you know. The team that won, of course, was Afghanistan won. And Akuria actually won. And Akuria won as much for her performance, because she really did the performance, as well as, I think, just being team captain and picking the right people for her team, you know. Again, she was very smart about how she picked. And I really think she went for Brooklyn first, but I think she wanted Vanjie, but she just, you know, Plastic picked up Vanjie before she got a chance to get to Vanjie. But I think she wanted, well, I can say I think, I know she wanted Vanjie. And had Vanjie been on the winning team, girl, because Vanjie was dancing her little ass off, okay? I don't know how it would have worked out. So, of course, the losing team is on the bottom. The whole team is on the bottom. And, because everybody, all the winning team is safe. The losing team is on the bottom. And they did something that I hate when they do. And I know they do it just for the purposes of drama and stirring up the pot. Like, I know why they do it. But I really don't like the whole, well, if you could send somebody home, who would you pick? That's a no-win. That's a no-win question. Like, I don't like it. And of course they go down the whole stage and everybody says Scarlett. Well, they're saying Scarlett because Scarlett ass couldn't dance, and she was messing up the whole choreography. Not because she didn't do, anyway. Well, of course it gets to Scarlett, and Scarlett was like, well, I ain't gonna say myself. She was like, so if I gotta say somebody, I'll say Raja, because Raja got the other bad critique. And y'all know, honey, Raja was not here for that. So they get back into, I'm going to talk about Untucked for a quick second. They get back into the workroom, honey, and Untucked. Honey, Raja is not happy. She is hot. She is pissed. Now, Raja, I don't understand. What did you expect the woman to do? You really thought she was gonna pick herself? No, she's talking about something. You were the worst one. You should have said, who the fuck is gonna say me? I should go home. Ain't nobody except for silly old girl that did it a couple of weeks ago. Who's gonna say me? Ain't nobody gonna say me. And Scarlett even said that. Scarlett said, well, I'm not gonna say myself. And she said, I don't really want to pick anybody else, but since I have to, I'm going to pick the person who got the worst, the critique that I got. Or a bad critique as well, which was Raja. Oh, boy. The other thing that went down in the workroom was, like I said, we saw a little bit more of Evie. And the ladies were talking to Evie about her style and her tone. And the fact that even though honesty is appreciated and but sometimes you come too hard and sometimes you come when ain't nobody send for you. And Evie was saying that, she just grew up in a really harsh household, very critical, and that's just how she grew up. And so that's how she knows how to give feedback. She said she's sorry if it comes off raw or it comes off a little bit too, and she'll work on that. But she was like, she doesn't even realize she's doing it because that's just normal. That's just normal for her. I do think that when you look back on this season, you might realize maybe you came off a little much, maybe. I hope you do. But the fact that they did talk to her and she said, you know what, I hear you. And even when she did give some criticism later on, she was a lot softer about the criticism. She was a little nicer about it. She said, now don't expect this every time. And okay, we can go with that. But the fact that you tried and you did put some effort into it, I can appreciate that. The lip sync. It did come down to Raja and Scarlett. And it was Last Dance by Donna Summer. Raja out lip synced you. I think Raja did a really good job. I enjoyed Raja's lip sync. I enjoyed her performance. And to me, it was pretty obvious that Scarlett was going to go home. And that's what happened. Raja, Shantae, you stayed. Scarlett, bye. But now, Raja, this is the third time you've been in the bottom, boo. It's the third time you done had the lip sync. Now, one of those times I won't count. Because one of them times, it was 20 of y'all lip syncing for your life, and that don't count. But this is the second time that you've been in the bottom with just you and one other person. Better get it together. Anyway, let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments. Peace.